it proves to be true that it came from a lab, and every day that comes by, it seems more and more likely that that's actually true. Covering that up is not just political butt covering, it's potentially costing lives every day because the response is not modulated towards the facts as they were.
Absolutely.
It was based on some narrative that turned out to be false.
Absolutely, yeah. And you see this in some of Fauci's prognostications. So he wrote this very strange article. I think it came out about September of 2020, and it was in the academic journal Cell, where he's talking about the future of pandemics in the world. And I call it a blueprint for Faucism when you read this article, and it's all about how we have to radically upend and uproot society based on the premise that there are these diseases out there in the wild carried by animals, and that the more that people travel around the globally integrated world, the more that there are goods crossing borders and people going to different countries, the chances that they're going to encounter these animals and then catch and spread the disease as it mutates into a human contagion radically increases. So he gets into here and says, basically, we need to redesign how our cities are set up, redesign how we do travel. It's this radical overhaul of human society, but it's premised on this disease being something that comes out of nature that we could just stumble across at any given point. Turns out, if that's not the case at all, if this is actually a human error, a human accident, someone was not careful in a lab in China and they walked out and passed this virus to the general public, that's a very different set of responses we should have to it than upending every aspect of our globally integrated economy to basically ward off against future pandemics.
Yeah, this article in Cell, and I forget the name of it, it's got a fairly nondescript title, but that the paragraphs you're describing sort of inspired me to go back and reread Hayek's Counter-Revolution of Science.
Absolutely.
And it was scientism, one in the sense that Fauci, what is he? Is he a virologist? What would you call him?
His background is in allergens. It's
okay.
And he works in various diseases,
but his vision for the future goes way far afield of whatever his supposed scientific expertise is, and gets very much into reimagining society. He actually uses the phrase "bend modernity."
Absolutely.
It reminded me very much of the original socialists who blended sort of a fetishizing of science with applying that to politics and human action and all of that. And this, there's this guy named Henry de Saint-Simon, who is supposedly he's the father of scientism, but he's also the founding father of the word socialism as well. And so these things come together